Next up, talented player from Pagosa Springs. It's Mitchell Lewis, who's a senior with the Pirates football program, who currently is 5-0 right now. And Mitch, that's where I want to start in our conversation. In terms of proving it, this is what we know. Your two most recent wins are against notable programs. You beat Lamar and you beat La Junta. And if you consider those two victories, what did those wins say about the Pirates this year?
I think it really just let people know that Pagosa's here to play this year, and that we're starting something. We're starting a new program, basically with a new coaching staff, and um, we're really sending a message with the credibility, I would say, towards a program to take serious.
Yeah, it made us notice. And you are working under a new head coach in Nathan Morales. What's been fresh and exciting working under Coach Morales this year?
So he brings a lot of great energy, a lot of new stuff for us. Like he just makes it really fresh and fun with bringing in new stuff. He brought in a couple new coaches, and then basically he has that never quit mindset, and he just really we feed off of it, and that makes it a lot of fun. It's nothing I've ever been a part of.
Mitch Lewis, senior with the Pagosa Pirates. So if you had to describe what your brand is, what's the identity of Pagosa football in 2020?
I would say we're a physical team that is driven by hard work, focus, and effort. I mean, that's the only thing we can control.
Things you can't control, but you seem to be doing pretty well. Polls and computers have you number 3 in the rankings currently at the time of this conversation, number 6 in RPI. How are you guys discussing what your playoff scenarios might be in the near future?
So our coach, he's really great about focusing on the task at hand. Honestly, I think my past couple of years we've gone in the playoffs kind of scared, but I don't know about this year. We're not. We're ready. We're focused. We're driven, and I think that's how we've been discussing playoffs as of this week.
And your approach to these playoffs is going to be a little bit different.
For sure.
Likely, you're only going to play 5 regular season games
Likely.
before you'll hop a week and then go into the playoffs. So, do you think there are strengths or flaws or good things or bad things that come with that?
I think there's a little bit of both. I
Okay.
mean, keep rolling. I mean, by playing a game and keeping us fresh and keeping us on our toes, always ready. But that's one upside of it. I mean, downside of it, that we're not going to get to play a game. But I think the upside is we get a week of rest. We get a week to focus on ourselves. And then coach, like I said, coach doesn't care where we're at in the RPI, where we're at in the polls. He's ready to play and take on any challenge. So I think us maybe dropping a seed or two just because we not get that game, it's not a big deal for us.
Well, one of the reasons we know why you're even talking about the playoffs as a team is you've got a lot of talented players and some really great stories to follow throughout the postseason. The brothers, let's start talking about them. Aucoin, is that how I say it?
Yep, Aucoin.
Aucoin. How
Yep.
many are there? We got to do the inventory. How many Aucoins are playing on the Pirates?
So there's four brothers, one in each grade. The youngest one's Seth. The next is Aaron. He's one of our tight ends and linebackers. And then we got Will. He's a lineman and a D lineman. And then Grant, the quarterback and a linebacker.
That's got to be a record, and that'll always be something special for you, right? Is
Yeah.
maybe people play with multiple brothers, but there's one in each grade, senior through
Yeah.
freshman, and they're key contributors: Grant, Aaron, Will, and Seth, and they're all different types of guys too. You got a QB in Grant, you got Will playing up front on the line of scrimmage, and then you got skills players. How
Yeah.
about your running back too? That's an interesting story. My understanding is Dylan Tressler is a very talented wrestler. He's barely played football, but here he is in 2020. He's a 1,000-yard rusher in 5 games. Why is he so good and such a great story?
Well, Dylan, we grew up together. I mean, I started wrestling with him when I was young, but I've ever since I've known him, he's had that never quit attitude. He's always whatever is in his way, he's gonna run right through it, and that shows on the football field, obviously. But
Mhm.
Dylan, he's just a great athlete too, like that shows in his wrestling and now in football. But it's just amazing to me how great he's done, and it's really gonna benefit for our team, obviously. But I'm so happy we finally got him out this year for sure.
Well, and of course, you're obviously one of the leaders too. Over on the defensive side of the ball, let's start with you just defining to us what position do you play and what's your role on that Pagosa defense?
So I play Sam backer, so strong side backer, and basically I do a lot of run force, and sometimes I'm on pass.
And we know you've been successful at it individually. You're making connections with college staff around the country or the region. If you just give us a division, conference, an idea of offers, just a general idea of who is interested in Mitchell Lewis as a potential future college football athlete.
Right. So we got a team from the Pioneer League in their FCS
Okay.
in San Diego, and then we have Northern Colorado UNC, the FCS again, Big Sky.
Yep.
And then just a couple more D2s and D3s. Connecting weekly. So
Yeah, that's impressive, man. I always ask guys this, just straight from you. What's your 40 time?
40 time best ever. I'm not too proud of it. It's 4.9.
Okay,
But
gotcha. What's your height and weight?
my height and weight at the moment is 6'3", and today I weighed 212 and a half.
Well, we know this as you pursue a possible opportunity to play at the college level. You certainly have the genetics, and you can source people immediately, including right now. Think of this. Mitchell Lewis is the younger brother of Madison Lewis and Morgan Lewis. Both those ladies played for the first ever women's basketball championship team with Pagosa Springs. Also, by the way, Uncle Wes Lewis was the head coach of that program.
Yep.
So, and right now, Morgan Lewis is a 2-year contributor in the RMAC with Metro State University of Denver and is poised as a junior right now to become one of the leaders in the RMAC. I mean, wow, what does that say about you that you have that kind of line of athletes coming through your family?
I just got big shoes to fill. I mean, just take after what my sisters did and bring the first ever football championship, hopefully, and make it to the next level and put together a resume my sister's doing. So,
Well, we're hoping good things for all the Lewises, and then especially you as we're having this conversation. Got the playoffs coming up with the Pagosa Springs Pirates. Mitchell Lewis, excellent to meet you, Mitch.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you too.
You're proud to call Colorado home. So are we. Since 1973, we've been giving back to the communities where we live, work, and play across our great state. And we're here to stay. If you're looking for an independent, locally managed community bank where the employees are also the owners, we would like to be your bank. We're Alpine Bank.